Caroline and Craig Wellesby, and this is Finn Wellesby, our newest addition. He arrived 2 weeks ago today, probably just about an hour ago, at 10:22. We had him at Wigan Hospital on the maternity ward, and we can't thank them highly enough. It was a really good experience. So prior to giving birth, I was really nervous, but I found it very helpful that I had the same midwife all the time and I was able to meet with her. She kind of got to know my anxieties and how to deal with me as well, and offered, doesn't matter what time or day it is, you know, just ring up if you need to speak to us, any of us. I knew that she was always, I suppose, on tap really for whatever I needed, and there was times when I needed a bit of advice, and you know,
reassuring.
I feel like this, what about this? And then obviously when we found out it was breech, again, I was just a bag of nerves. I didn't want to have the surgery. I just kept praying that he'd turn. But she just reassured me that it's done every day, quite a lot of times a day, and there's more people have C-sections now, and it'll be fine. And she showed me round, well, she showed us both round, didn't she? We came on a late night appointment so Craig could come after work. She showed us both round the whole of the labour ward, and then like you'll kind of be in this room first, then you'll be in this room, then you'll be moved to here, and then this is where you come once you've had him. These are where the midwives are stationed. Gave us phone numbers, like 24-hour contact, because I did have a few times in the middle of the night where I couldn't feel him move, and I think a lot of it was anxiety. It was probably just being still. Put time to one side and said, you know, you're not being silly. Don't, anything you feel like you need to come in, just come in.
Yeah.
The pregnancy wasn't the best. I had the most horrific anxiety. I think that was due to him being a little IVF baby as well. So we had waited a long time for him. But he's he and I, and the day ran smoothly, really. We arrived on the 17th of April at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and we was checked over by one of the midwives who did blood pressure, all the relevant checks, introduced herself, which was really nice. Everyone was really friendly. And then the student midwife came to see us, and she said she would be the one who would be in the room with us. We got gowned up. You like that bit, didn't you, Craig?
Yeah, it's
wearing your scrubs. Wearing your scrubs, he wanted to take them home. But yeah, and then we went through to theatre around about 9:30, and I was really nervous at this point because it was busy. It felt really busy for me, but it wasn't. It was just that there was the right number of people in the room for what needed to be done. Craig was waiting in a little recovery room, wasn't he? Why I got prepped. Yeah, he was being looked after because I think he was more nervous than me. Really worried about the needle going in my back, but my midwife Joanne, she was holding my hand and trying to calm me down, talking to me all the time. And before I knew it, it was in. It was a positive experience. Everyone was constantly introducing themselves. I'm such a body, I'll be doing this today, I'll be part of this role, I'll be stood over here, I'll be looking after this. And then I just remember, the next thing I remember was lying down, having the gown put over me, so obviously we couldn't see anything we didn't want to see. And then Craig came in the room, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Everyone introduced themselves to you, didn't they? Yeah. And then the procedure took place, and before we knew it, it was 10 minutes and he was here. We went through first at the beginning who wanted to tell me that it was a boy, and we said we wanted that to be Craig, so they held him up, didn't they, and said like, come on Dad.
And he was there, a boy, definitely.
Not little, was it?
Well, he wasn't, no.
He looked huge. No wonder it was stuck breech. But yeah, and then I think it was just a bit, it was very emotional then. He was crying a lot, and I was a bit worried because he was crying, but they reassured me that was the best. It was better that he was crying rather than, you know, being all silent. He had a good set of lungs on him. And then it was just a matter of just bonding. They brought him straight over to me once they'd checked him out and weighed him. Straight over to me, Craig had hold of him. They put him right at the side of me. A quick stitch up and then back into recovery to be checked, where he was put on me skin to skin. They just snuggled him under my surgical gown and he just lied with me for about half an hour. It was just lovely. It was a really nice experience. It was.
A lot of people put your mind at rest over a lot of things,
Yeah.
even though it's something obviously you don't do every day.
Constantly talking to us as well and reassuring us all the way through it. You know, we'll not be long now. We're just doing this. You know, we're gonna.
Everything was explained very well, wasn't it?
I felt a bit sick afterwards, but which they explained was quite normal because my blood pressure might drop. But again, I was looked after really well. They just give me a bit of medicine and I was back to normal. And then we got brought back to the ward, to the bed that I was going to be in, where I think he was still skin to skin by that time, or he was put back on me to breastfeed, which went really well. I was a bit in two minds as to whether to breastfeed or not, but it did go really well. The breastfeeding nurse helped me, and she was just sat with me and reassuring that he was okay. He was getting there, but yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? Everyone was really positive and excited for you and like wanted to look after you. And then even the midwives throughout that day, in and out of our rooms all day, weren't they? And we said, didn't we? We noticed that every time they came in, really hygienic. Every time they came in, they all used their alcohol gel, and I'll just go and wash my hands before I touch him, and I'll just go and make sure I've got this before we'd like, you know, I asked her to help me with the bottles, didn't we? Because then we decided to go on the bottles. It was showing us everything really, and they kept popping in and good with the pain relief because I did keep needing the odd paracetamol here and there. But yeah, it was amazing.